Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
How's that for a slice of fried gold?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know how this machine worked.
It seems to run on some form of electricity.
And it was wrong. It was a bad call, Ripley. It was a bad call.
Bad call.
Some are good for fighting, others for dying.
It's Just Two Movies.
Welcome back to another episode of It's Just Two Movies. It's the show where the reviews don't matter, and we're watching two movies that have some stuff in common. One's good, probably, usually.
I think so.
And one of them, we're hoping it's so bad it's good. Sometimes it's just bad. Occasionally it's just good. It's just not very often. It doesn't happen often. That's pretty misleading. I probably should start the intro over, but we're not going to. In the studio with me this evening, Birdman.
Hi, Dan.
Hey, Bird.
Or as I like to call you, Step Danny.
Step Danny. Oh, thanks, Step Danny.
Step Danny, what are you doing?
Well, you got your dumb dump truck ass stuck in the dryer again. What are you doing, Step Ladder? All right. This week on the this was your pick, right?
Yeah, so I picked a movie. I feel like I've done this a lot that I hadn't watched.
Right, but it's one you and I have talked about. And I'm like, we should do that for the show.
It's been on my list for a long time, so I was like, you know what, Danny, how do you feel about this movie? And I said Upgrade.
Yeah.
This movie called Upgrade from 2018.
Yeah, and if you are not familiar, Upgrade is a, like you said, 2018 R-rated film, sci-fi action, 1 hour, 40-minute runtime. That's got a 7.5 out of 10 on IMDb, 88% on Rotten Tomatoes. Looking for, here we go, 69% of Google users like that movie.
Yeah.
That's really divisive, but nice.
Nice, dude.
Directed by, or distributed by Blumhouse Productions, Universal Pictures, Madman Entertainment, box office, $17 million, music by Jed Palmer. Where is I know I fucking saw it. Where's the director?
Leigh Whannell. I'm probably butchering this.
Leigh Whannell.
Is it Lee?
It's Leigh Whannell. Yeah,
Leigh
I know
Whannell.
who that is. Yeah, I was like, I saw it when I was watching the fucking movie. But
so he also did. He was in the first Saw movie. He was in it. He starred. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That was Leigh Whannell. I thought he Did he not?
No, he didn't direct it. No, he wrote it, and he was also in it.
Oh, was he just the other guy? Like not the main guy, but the other guy?
Yeah, Adam.
Okay. It's been a long time since I've seen Slaw.
And then what else has he directed? He's actually been he's an actor in 35 films, I guess. That's interesting.
Well, let me tell you who's in this film.
Yeah.
Stars Logan Marshall Green, Melanie Vallejo, Betty Gabriel, Harrison Gilbertson, Benedict Hardy, Simon Maiden, Richard Cawthorne, Steve Danielson, Linda Cropper. That's fucking good enough.
Yeah, that's probably good enough.
Yeah. Anyway, how fucking badass is everybody in this movie?
Pretty fucking badass, man.
Like, everybody is just swinging for the fences. They're like, hey, listen, Benedict Hardy, Benedict Hardy, I just want you to be like the slimiest, sleaziest fucking dude on the planet. And he's like, yeah, I got you, baby.
Dude.
All day long.
His performance, chef's kiss. Beautiful.
Yeah, so Bert, if nobody's ever heard of Upgrade, which I don't think will be uncommon when this comes out, I don't know that this ever got a cinematic release.
I feel like it, yeah, right?
So I have been into movies way before we started this podcast, so I've always like followed kind of niche movie accounts online, and this is one that would come across my feed, and I saw it at some point, and I think I messaged maybe Doug Wicker, and I was like, hey, what do you think about this? And he's like, Leigh Whannell, Logan Marshall Green, it's probably a home run. I don't know if he'd seen it, or I don't recall. This was years ago.
Yeah.
And so I gave it a watch, and I just remember being blown away by it. And then I filed it away in the recesses of my mind and forgot literally everything else about it except for the movie Upgrade is a good movie.
Yeah.
That's all I remembered. So this is a really refreshing rewatch for me.
Really? So you put it on and you're like, I don't remember any of this shit.
I didn't remember dick. I remember he gets some sort of implant and then he's like a badass kind of.
Yeah.
But I didn't, that's it.
So the short of it, I would say, is a man and his wife are attacked.
Okay.
And this kind of spoils it, but I will say this first. If you haven't watched Upgrade from 2018, do yourself a favor. If you like sci-fi films.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that we can talk about this at all without spoiling it.
Yeah.
So this is all spoilers.
Right.
Although I think visually it's still worth a watch, even if you get it spoiled for yourself, because it's fantastic.
So a man and his wife are in a vehicle, very, you know what? I'm reaching too far. A man and his wife are attacked. The woman is killed. His wife is killed. The man is paralyzed from the neck down.
Yeah. Well, because he can still like move his head.
Or is it?
I think that's it.
Is that? Yeah.
I think it's probably like right where your shoulder blades meet your neck.
Yeah. So he's paralyzed, and eventually, someone he knows says, "Hey, I have a chip that can change your life, and it will allow you to walk and function again as a human being."
Yeah.
And he accepts it.
Yeah.
And gets revenge on the people that murdered his wife. That's the
precisely
movie.
Yeah, that's the long and short of it. So we're gonna go full. So we'll spoil all the best parts of this movie. We're gonna talk about.
Do you care if we go through it, or do you want to just
this one? I feel like it's pretty breezy. I feel like there's not a ton of substance to it, so I feel like we can just kind of go through it.
Yeah, like I have quite a bit of notes. We don't have to go through all of them, obviously. But
like really dense films, I feel like we kind of just need to rush through it and then hit the highlights.
Yeah.
This, I feel like it's so well paced.
Oh my god, dude.
It's so well paced. I feel like we can just talk about it as I didn't even fucking take notes.
That's crazy.
I like always take notes on the good movie. At least 5.
Were you just
I was just
so
I was
like
sitting there holding my phone
waiting to take notes, and you're like
screen locked and everything,
good.
just eyeballs fucking glued to it. Yeah, it is visually. This is a very stunning film.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it looks amazing for 2018.
Well, I mean that's not that long ago.
No, but what was the budget on this thing?
The budget, I have that right here.
Okay, I was like, I didn't know if you maybe had that.
The budget was $5 million. That is nothing.
That's nothing to make a movie.
That's nothing, especially a sci-fi film.
Dude, and I cannot even begin to explain how hard every single fucking person in this movie is just acting their fucking asses. Like, they are all so genuine and compelling, and you feel for every character in the movie, down to the first scumbag that gets killed, all the way to like the lady that plays Logan Marshall Green's mom.
Yeah.
You feel for everybody in this film.
For sure.
They are all so well fleshed out.
Just great writing, great directing. I do want to just point out the cinematographer, Stefan Duskio, something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll just butcher your name real quick.
Yeah, I fucking like it. I'll add him too.
But cinematography in this was,
it's just a beautiful,
so good.
It's a beautiful movie.
Yeah.
So this is in the future.
Yeah.
But not like the super far future, I guess.
So I was just looking up some trivia before we started.
Ooh.
And there's not a lot. I mean,
I bet not.
There are a few things in there, but I didn't save a lot of it.
Was it that fucking Thunderbird he's working on used to be my neighbor's?
Nice.
No, I don't know that. I'm just
probably.
Joking. But my neighbor did have a black and gold Thunderbird.
Yeah.
That looked almost exactly like that one.
So just going back to what you said, like what year it is. There's a scene where he's reviewing his wife's autopsy, and it says, if you pause it, I guess at a certain point, it says she was born in 2008, and at the time of her death, she was 38. So the movie is set in the year 2046.
Oh my God, I'm 38, maybe.
Maybe.
Okay, so 2036.
2046. Yeah.
Okay, you think we'll have, like, most vehicles will be self-driving by that time?
Yeah.
And that there will be fucking police drones everywhere?
I think so. I can see this as
I don't think they'll ever have police drones in Bonne Terre, Missouri. I don't think they
probably
ever will.
not.
Nah, what are you going to do? Arrest the whole fucking town?
Yeah, right. In big cities? Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you can't arrest all of Washington County because they'll just start fucking shooting them out of the sky. Like, hey, free skeet shoot.
Yeah. I can recycle that.
Hell yeah, boy! I'll strip the catalytic converter off of it. You know what I mean?
Shit. All right, let's get into upgrade.
All right.
So our main character, his name is Gray.
Mm-hmm.
Grey.
Gray.
Because he's fancy.
Yeah.
His wife's name. What was his wife's name? Thought I wrote it down. I guess I didn't.
I don't know. They have good banter. Like their relationship seems nice.
Asha,
yeah.
Yeah, they do have a great relationship. So it starts off. Gray is in his shop working on his. It was actually a Firebird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Did you say something else, or did you say Firebird?
I think I said Firebird.
Maybe you did.
I might have said something.
Because I think originally I thought it was a Trans Am.
Oh.
But it's a Firebird.
Okay.
He loves his car. I think he even says it.
He restores multiple cars. Like that's what he does for a living.
He restores.
He restores
muscle cars. I assume
super ass fucking old cars at this point in the 40s.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ, that's a sports car from the 70s.
Yeah. Holy
so
shit.
That's a fucking oldie,
That's
baby.
rare.
Yeah.
His wife gets home in her futuristic car.
I like the way, like when this movie opens up, you can't tell it's in the future because it's just a dude in his garage working on a fucking car that you still see like on the roads today.
Yeah, right.
Cool. And then
that was cool.
His wife gets home in her like,
crazy car.
Schmesla. Her fucking Schmesla self-driving a Rubik's Cube looking fucking thing.
Yeah, for sure. The car talks to her, as cars will probably do in the future.
Yeah.
And then she gets home and the home tells her that they're out of eggs.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, order more.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
Just your whole life's just fucking autopilot.
Autopilot.
Yep.
Yeah. I just thought that was so funny.
And Gray, played by Logan Marshall Green, he's like an 80-year-old man. He doesn't want nothing to do with your newfangled technology.
Yeah.
God damn it, sounds like it's putting hardworking Americans out of a job.
Yeah.
He's
anti-tech.
He's anti-tech, yeah,
for sure. So Gray needs his wife to help him deliver a car, one of the cars he's been working on, to a guy. And they get to this house. What the fuck? I mean, you don't see a lot of the house first of all, it's just underground. The whole house is just underground.
Yeah, it's just a big ass, like a Stonehenge looking rock formation, and then there's a subterranean tech mansion underground.
Right.
That is played by, it's owned by a gentleman named Aaron Keane, who's played by Harrison Gilbertson.
Dude.
Yeah, Harrison Gilbertson. What's eating Harrison Gilbertson's big fat wet pussy, So he's playing a very, like, I don't know, just imagine if you took Elon and fucking Zuckerberg and like mixed them together.
Yes.
And it was younger. Just a younger person in their like early 20s.
Right.
You've got this weird psychopath.
Yeah, dude, he's
it's his eyes. It's the way he like looks at things. You're like, fuck is the matter with you, dude?
Kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Just you can tell socially awkward.
You wouldn't let him pick your kids up from school.
No.
You know what I mean? He's got like a Willy Wonka-esque quality about him.
You wouldn't let him have kids.
No. Well, probably not.
Like you? No, we're good. Thank you, though.
No.
Thank you.
That dude is strictly like freeze-dried carrots and soy burgers. I don't think he's ever had a piece of real protein in his life.
He's got a vibe. But he does it well. He plays it well, really well.
Oh, he's so fucking convincing. Because I'm like viscerally, this guy comes on the screen and I'm watching the movie and then there's a cut scene and I'm like, why am I like snarling right now? Like my facial expression, like my lips are curled and I don't like this guy.
It's funny. It's funny too because Aaron, he has a little bit of a conversation with Asha, and she's telling him that she's also in the industry, like in the tech industry, and he's like, huh. He's just like, fuck yo shit, basically. He doesn't say that, but
yeah, what's that like? Yeah, it's like, it'd be like if you're talking to the CEO of McDonald's and you're like, I've made a hamburger before.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, oh, I'm sure you have.
Yeah, right.
I've made billions and billions.
So can you explain like briefly what Aaron is doing? What he
essentially has created a chip that is like a neural implant. So it's got to go either like in your brain or on your spinal cord.
I believe it goes on the spinal cord. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's where Gray gets it installed. But I think practically it could be installed like on your brain as well. But anyway, it allows you to do, well, it's fucking AI driven, blah, 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 blah. All this shit's going to be incredible. It's the product of the future, whatever. So they leave. They're like, wow, I can't believe we just met Fuckstick over here at the thing. And they're driving home and they're like, oh, we're in a self-driving car. Why don't you come back here and get you some of this poontang? And so they're like, all right, they're swiveled around in this like driving fucking egg thing. And it starts driving itself the wrong way.
Yeah, it's not following the directions home or whatever. Yeah,
correct. Yeah.
At first, I thought you meant like it was going against traffic or something.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's just veering off the GPS.
Yeah, and it's taking him to the hood, like the bad part of town
where he grew up,
where Greg grew up.
Correct.
Yeah. And I gotta say, before we get any further, just before I forget it, Logan Marshall Green,
yes,
low rent Tom Hardy, but I think I prefer him to Tom Hardy. He just seems like more of a genuine dude.
Yeah, and I can kind of understand him a little better.
Also true.
Sorry, that's
also true.
That's kind of mean.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I think it's kind of a knock at this point to say low rent. I mean, I know we're just joking.
Yeah, well, I don't mean like, if you were making a movie and you're like, I need a Tom Hardy type, you could probably get Logan Marshall Green for like an eighth of what you would have to pay Tom Hardy.
That is true. Yeah.
And that's what they should have done for Venom. But anyway,
aren't they very similar?
They're so similar. Yeah.
And they came out in the same year.
Did Venom come out 2018?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, wow. Upgrade's it's the better Venom movie.
Venom.
Yeah. That's
funny because Tom Hardy plays Venom
and Logan Marshall Green's
that's super funny. Okay. So yeah, you briefly explained oh no, sorry, we're on the car ride home. Yeah. We're on the car ride home and the car gets essentially hacked, I believe.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they crash. Car gets hacked, they crash.
Right.
And it states that emergency services are on the way, but some bad motherfuckers show up first.
And Logan Marshall Green takes a fucking nasty fucking tumble in the car.
Yeah, he does.
Because he's deliberately risking his life to make sure that Asha is buckled up.
Yes.
Right before they crash.
Yep.
So that's just like what kind of guy he is. Like he values her over literally anything else in the world.
Yeah, they have a great relationship.
Oh, they sure do.
It's very brief.
It's funny because she's like, "Oh, I wear the pants in the house," and he's like, "I don't mind you wearing the pants." She's like, "I'm not giving them back either," and he's like, $10 says I get them off. That's good. And there's like later in the film, he hands somebody cash, and they're like, "Whoa, cash,
yeah,
very analog." What the fuck?
Very old school.
Very old school. So yeah, you get these guys. They show up. They talk a little bit of shit, and one guy takes off his face cover, and they're like, "Whoa, man, put your face cover back on." He's like, "Nah."
Yeah, because there are drones. I think there's just one drone.
Cop drones.
Yeah, it's flying overhead, and it's scanning them.
It's got facial recognition and all that shit.
Yep.
So like, China.
Fuck that.
It's like being in China.
Right.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Without the drone part. It's all the cameras in China.
Yeah. And man, they don't fuck around. These guys don't fuck around.
No, they do not.
It's quick. They paralyze, and I didn't realize this at first, but they paralyze Gray.
Yeah.
And then did they shoot his wife first?
I think they're holding Gray down because he's all fucked up from the car accident.
Yeah.
They shoot his wife
once.
Right in the fucking chest, right in the solar plex.
Yeah.
And then fucking shoot him, so it appears.
Yeah.
They shoot him like right below where your neck attaches to the rest of your body.
Mm-hmm.
So he's paralyzed from the neck down.
Yes.
But he can still move his neck and his head.
Right.
So, the cops show up. He watches his wife die, which is horrifying.
It's
heavy.
It's fucking brutal, man.
Yeah, it's very well done.
Yeah.
By very well done, I don't mean it's cool. I mean like
it affects you.
You're left with the impression like, Jesus fucking Christ. And then you have this like, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes where he's just like, he's paralyzed now. This is his life.
Yeah, it kind of, you cut to Gray in the hospital. And then this is all pretty quick. You cut to 3 months later and he's trying to recover. He's in a wheelchair.
There's a bit where his mom is cutting his beard. and he just starts crying. Man,
Yeah.
it fucking got to me, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus fucking Christ,
It's
I feel
heavy.
so bad for this guy, man.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Just
'Cause,
to not even be able to cut your own, like, you know what I mean? The guy's
No,
like, I can't even fucking scratch my face.
He
Like,
throws up, and he like his mom's like bathing him, and it's yeah, it's fucking heavy.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing that this film does well, very quick. Like
It does, yeah. Very short. They don't spend a lot of time on this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. With an hour and 40, man, this is just, it's so perfect.
It's rich.
It's rich.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got a lot going on.
So he's in a wheelchair. Like you said, he's got a gnarly beard.
He does have a good gnarly beard. little patchy.
Yeah. A little patchy.
Little patchy.
You can trim it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Mom takes care of him. He breaks down, like you said. Very touching, sad moment. The mother and Gray meet with a detective who is assigned to this case.
Yep.
And what was her name again? Did you?
Oh, God.
Well, you didn't write it down. But...
no, I didn't. I have it right here in front of me, though. That was Detective Cortez, played by Betty Gabriel.
Yes, Detective Cortez. She was great.
Also, yeah.
Great. Yeah.
Great.
Very standard role, but played it really well.
Well done. Yeah.
She's
like, you can help me on this case if you want, Gray. And he's like, he's bitter about being. You would be. But I was like, I would not want to live like a paraplegic. I could not doing anything for myself, not wiping my own ass. I guess you don't have to wipe your ass because you just shit in a bag. But
yeah, it's got to be rough, man. I tried not to dwell on it too long.
Yeah,
it's pretty depressing.
Yeah, it is super depressing. But he's.
What you think about that? Is this too raw for radio?
He's too raw for radio. He's being very bitter about it.
Yeah, he's being kind of a dick,
as you would be. But he's like, "What do you want me to do? I can't even fucking stand. Am I gonna go help you fucking knock doors in the neighborhood or what?" He's talking mad shit.
Yeah, he's being a little bitch.
He's being a little bitch.
So she doesn't really have much on the case right now, and we'll get into that. There's a reason for that. We'll get into it a little later. She doesn't know where these guys are, basically.
So he goes home.
He goes home.
And he's big sad.
Big sad.
And he's
Hashtag
like,
big sad.
Administer PM medicine.
Oh, yeah, man.
Administer PM medicine. Yeah, he just he's trying to OD.
He's trying to kill himself,
but he can't because he can't just physically take a pill like.
Well, and the computer knows.
Yeah.
It even says, like, one more dose will kill you.
Yeah, it's like, I will call you an ambulance.
Yeah.
And he's like,
God, passes out.
That's some fast acting shit.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what that was.
Tough acting to acting.
Just straight into his wrist.
Foot powder. Foot cream right into your wrist.
Right into the wrist. Man, that fucked him up.
Whoa. So
tough acting reacting.
He kind of got tough acting. So he wakes up in the hospital, and who's there but fucking creepy secret sex lips guy?
Aaron, creepy secrets.
Aaron, creepy secret sex lips.
Oh, shit.
And he's like, what if I could give you the power to walk again?
Mm-hmm.
With STEM will bridge that gap, you know?
You know, sorry, I just thought about what if our friend Aaron played that role?
Like, whatever, man.
I love you, Aaron. I doubt Aaron listens to this.
Aaron probably doesn't listen to this, but Aaron, if you do, man, I love you, brother.
Fucking love you, and I miss you.
Been a while.
So yeah, like you said, Aaron visits him. He's creepy.
He would have a job where he just gets high all day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a joke because he's a pilot. Proud of you, man. Anyway,
yeah, so
it's way off track. But
yeah, we're way off track. Yeah, Aaron visits him. He offers him the chip, to reverse his paralysis, and Gray's like, "Nah, man, fuck that."
And then Aaron's like, "But it's an all dressed chip." And then he's like,
"Those are the best.
Yeah, those are the best. I've reconsidered actually.
I kind of burned myself out on all dressed.
I've come around on it. Oh yeah, I can't fucking get him down here. I just got to get him from the sweet, stinky St. Louis, baby.
Dude, it does stink.
I know.
A lot.
Ah, the sweet smell of poverty and industry. Breathe it in.
St. Louis. All right. Yeah, so like we said before, Gray is against technology. He doesn't want this shit. And Aaron's like, when he goes to leave, he's like, what would Asha want?
What would
kind of creepily.
What would she want?
Yeah. And it works. We cut to Aaron's house, and the surgery is going to happen.
Yeah. So they're doing surgery on him in like this dome thing.
Yeah.
With like X-ray, like
the
you just
dome
look through a
has
thing and
yeah,
it's X-ray. Dude, it's fucking
X-ray
sick.
panels.
I don't know how to describe it. But visually, I'm like, this is fucking dope.
Yeah. It's kind of like what you said. It's like a dome thing with these panels that have X-ray vision.
It's like that playground dome.
Yeah.
You know the one I'm talking. It's the playground dome.
Yeah.
But there are panels on parts of the dome
Mm-hmm.
where if you look at somebody and they're in the dome, you can see their fucking skeleton and their butt crack and whatever.
Butt crack.
Pretty good.
Pretty cool, dude. Pretty fancy. Yeah, he's getting the surgery. It's a success. I was actually surprised by how much they showed of the surgery and like digging into his skin. I was like, oh,
yeah,
oh,
I like
oh.
that.
I like that.
I like that stuff.
That's kind of hard for me to watch, but
You never go digging around in a person?
not really.
Some cool stuff in there.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Fucking, we're back at home, right?
Yeah.
Tell-
They're still at Aaron's facility or whatever, and he's regained consciousness.
oh yeah, yeah.
And the lady's
sorry, I
like
skipped that.
massaging his legs and shit. She's like, "Can you feel that?" And he's like, "No." And she stands up and she's like, "Listen, you shouldn't expect immediate results." And then he can like move his finger.
She gave up pretty quick, by the way. She's like, listen.
Well, she's probably practical and been doing that job her
Yeah, that's
entire
true.
life. So she's like, "Look, I don't care what your fucking procedure does. Recovery from total paralysis
Yeah.
is gonna take a minute,
Mm-hmm.
Especially because it's been months. For like he's
It's
been
3 or 4
paralyzed for
months.
3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
So, but he's like immediately able
It's like
to
immediate. Yeah.
lift his hand and shit.
He starts moving his fingers, lifts his hand, and man, it's a success.
Now, Aaron does explain to him that like he's like, "Whoa, how am I able to move my body?" And he's like, "You're not. You're telling STEM, which is the name of the chip.
Yeah, STEM.
You're telling STEM with your brain to move your body, and STEM moves your body for you. You're not moving your body. STEM is moving your body.
Yeah.
It's bridging the gap because that connection has been totally severed."
I think that's one of the only other trivia things that I had. Actually, by the way, there is one other one. STEM was the original name of the film.
Well, it's not a bad name
It's not
either.
a bad name, but
Upgrade is better. Though, I
Upgrade's
think.
better.
Yeah.
It's a little less. I don't know what the right word is for it.
STEM feels like a movie that's probably got like Keanu Reeves in it. It just didn't work out. You know what I mean?
So this says the character STEM only presents itself as a voice in the movie, which is, I mean, that's yeah. The word STEM is Dutch for voice. That's kind of cool. It says STEM is also an abbreviation for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
There you have it.
I like that. Yeah, that's good.
So
So anyway, he has to sign a fucking NDA.
yeah, of course.
So for the rest of the world,
they can't know about this.
he's still
No one can know about this.
No, he is still a quadriplegic.
Yes.
As far
correct.
as the rest of the world is concerned. If he leaves his fucking house, he better have his fucking punk ass in that chair.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, he can take care of himself now because this is the guy that bought the car from him.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So he's like, "I know you like to work with your hands. I figured like this must be torturous for you. I have this thing. It's not going to be approved for human trials for years, but I do not have years to wait because someone else is going to do it first."
with the means to do it and do it right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, "You're just going to guinea pig for me."
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah. And we kind of go through him like going home. There is a funny part when he gets home. He tells the computer to shut up.
Yeah.
And the computer's like, "Did you tell me to shut down?"
Yeah.
He's
Shut
like,
down.
Yeah, shut down.
Shut the fuck down.
Shut up. That cracked me up. There are a couple funny moments in this.
Oh, yeah.
But this is where he first realizes that STEM can talk to him, which is fucking crazy.
And it freaks him the fuck
Scares
out.
him. Yeah, pretty hard.
He's like, "Can you read my mind?" And it's like, "No, I can only discern speech through your vocal patterns.
Yeah.
You have to talk out loud to me," or whatever. And he's like, just be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And it stops talking. He says, "Just stop talking." It stops. And like time elapses, and he's sitting there thinking about it, like letting it settle in.
Yeah.
And he asks it, "So I'm not crazy."
Silence. Yeah, silence.
Okay, you
for a
can
second.
talk again. I'm not. No, Gray, you are not crazy.
Pretty quickly, they go to work on reviewing the footage from the murder.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's like, Stem's like, did you notice the assailant is not holding a gun?
Yeah.
Did you notice that this gentleman has a tattoo on his hand or whatever?
Yeah.
When he's like, let me draw it, just relax and let me draw it for you. He's drawing it. When he's drawing it, it's like a printer, like an XY plotter. You know what I mean? It's like, bzz, and he's like, this fucking feels weird.
Yeah. It looks like almost like a printer.
Yeah.
Like something printing. Yeah. That was really cool. I thought that was done well. So they go through the video footage and Stem just fucking gets to work, and he's Gray's about to go out, and he's like, all right, let's fucking do this. Let's go get these guys.
First he's going to call the police. Yeah. And Stem's like, you better hang that fucking phone up, baby. He's like, you can't tell nobody I exist, and the only evidence you have is circumstantial.
Exactly.
So
not enough evidence there.
Shut it down. Yeah.
Shut it down. But he doesn't really listen. I mean, he kind of does. But
he doesn't call the cops.
He doesn't call the cops.
Going to take matters into his own hands.
Yeah, but which he probably shouldn't be doing. But
probably not. I probably would have done a quick workout montage or something. You know, hitting the bag in the garage or lifting some weights or something.
Yeah, but if he doesn't do this, then we wouldn't have a film. So
right,
we're glad he did this. They find the address of. Was it the guy? It was the guy with the tattoo, correct?
Yeah, I think he's referred to as Cirque. Is his name
Cirque? Yeah, I think that's right.
If that's the right guy, and I'm looking at the cast, and that is almost certainly the guy. They've got Old Bones Patron is credited here.
Yeah.
Oh, Kai Bradley is the only other person I want to mention. She plays Jamie, who we'll talk about a little later. Yeah. Okay. So Cirque, played by Richard Cawthorne. So they go to this guy's house, just like some dirtbag or whatever, and he leaves. So this is one of the suspected assailants that murdered his wife.
Yep.
So Stem is like, there's no alarm system, but the door is locked. It's like a deadbolt. I can't override it or anything. And he's like, oh, I got this. Because he grew up in the hood, so he knows how to pick a lock. Picks a lock, gets in, and Stem's immediately like, I would recommend removing your shoes.
Yeah.
Like takes his shoes off at first.
I don't know what that was. I guess for boot prints. I'm not really sure why it said that.
Yeah,
or for noise. Like, did it think someone was? I'm not really sure.
I don't know. Later in the film, they do find a boot print, and it's outside, it's covered in fucking just motor oil.
Yeah,
just motor oil, or like mechanic grease or whatever. So he gets in there and he's poking around. Nobody's home, and then Cirque comes home.
Mm-hmm.
So he hides. And Stem's like, wait. Okay, now.
He's like, what?
Now,
what?
While you still have the advantage. And then they have a fight. And Stem, he's getting his ass whooped.
Yeah.
Like, he's
getting his ass whooped.
He's going to die.
Yeah.
He's getting choked to death. And Stem's like, I can take over if you want me to. And he's like, yes.
Yes, please.
And he's like, you have to give me verbal permission. He's like, permission granted. While he's getting fucking choked out. And then Stem is just a ninja.
Yeah.
Even later he's got the guy, he's like, I'm a fucking ninja.
Yeah.
He's like, I am not a ninja. While I am state-of-the-art artificial intelligence, I am not a ninja.
But Stem immediately stands Gray up. Like, it's like if he was on a wire and the wire started pulling him out. Like, just quickly. It's just... all of these scenes, the fighting sequences, they're just visually just so pleasing.
The camera work in these fighting scenes. Mm-hmm. And I also want to do, I want to give a big fat fucking hat tip, how do you do, to this scene in particular, where Logan Marshall Green is just beating the fuck out of this dude. And the look on his face the entire time is like, oh my God. Yeah. Like, he's like disgusted with himself while he's doing it. He's like, oh fuck.
Because he's not doing it.
Stay down.
He's like, he's got a knife. We can get a knife too.
We also have a knife. Yeah. Or just fucking whatever. He'll stop him. And he fucking, so the fight ends by he puts the knife blade side back in the dude's mouth.
Yeah.
And fucking pulls it straight back.
Oof.
And it almost cuts the dude's fucking head off. And it is gruesome.
I don't know how I got these scars.
Yeah. He goes off crazier than usual. It's that. It's that, but to the nth degree.
Yeah, exactly.
He almost cuts the dude's fucking head off.
Yeah, it's brutal, man.
It is fucking buck nasty. Or is it a piece of glass, or does he use a knife?
It's the knife.
It's the knife.
It's
okay.
the knife. Yeah.
Yeah, fucking great stuff. So now he's discovered, if I get into a pinch, I've got this fucking thing that just makes me like kind of unstoppable.
Yeah.
You know?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of something to add on that last scene, but I think it's the fact that in so many other films like this, you see the AI kind of recognize good and bad.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure maybe there are other films that are like that this AI doesn't seem to
know or care.
Yeah.
It just knows objectives.
Yeah.
I will say same thing, Ex Machina.
Ex Machina. Dude, that's another one I've seen, but dude, I don't remember anything about it. I need to rewatch it.
That's worth your time. Yeah, that's me. Jackson and I covered that one.
Yeah,
and I hadn't seen it in a long time either. It's fucking phenomenal. It's just it's an AI that knows that it is in danger of being disabled, turned off, whatever the deal is, and it acts out of self-preservation, which is essentially what STEM does in this film.
Yeah.
So they get a little closer. They're fucking picking up some new information. They got some new hot leads. So they decide to go to this bar.
Yeah.
Called Old Bones.
Old Bones.
Yep. And then they go in there, and there's a bunch of bones.
A lot of bones.
A lot of bones in there, and dudes with boners, probably. There's a whole bunch of bones, just a slew of bones.
A lot of boners.
So he goes in there in his fucking chair because he's going out in public where he can be surveyed. So he has to be in his chair. He fucking wheels himself in there, orders a drink, and the guy next to him, he's like, "Hey, buddy, you help me out, put that where I can drink it."
I like how the bartender like throws a straw in it because he can tell like you're
gonna need that at least.
You're gonna need that. And then he has a fucking patron help him drink.
Yeah.
Just cracks me up.
Dude, and you can tell the guy's like, the guy doesn't want to either.
No.
But he's like, well, fuck, I guess. If it was me,
Yeah.
Yeah, just funny, man. I like the shit in the bar. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's fun. He wheels himself in the middle of the room. He's like, "Excuse me, everyone.
Can I get your attention?"
Yeah. I know that some of you pieces of shit know this guy. And might have, been there and killed my wife. And just come forward and let me know you're guilty. And
yeah,
we can take it from there.
Yeah, I know some of you know Cirque, so let's do this.
Right, yeah. So one of the guys gets up and starts talking shit on him, takes him out in the bathroom with a couple other guys, and they're gonna beat the hell out of him.
Yeah, and Tolan? Yeah, Tolan is the main guy, and he wants to find out how much of Gray is really paralyzed.
Yeah. So while you can tell he's getting ready to stab him, Stem's like, "I'll turn off your pain receptors."
Yeah.
So stabs him in the leg, nothing. Stabs him in the chest, nothing. Stabs him in the neck, he can still feel it. And he's like, "Oh, okay, there we go. And he's like, "Hey, why don't you just go ahead and tell me what I want to know, man?" And he's like, "What are you gonna fucking do? Cry about it, pretty much?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's what your buddy Cirque said too before I almost cut his fucking head off." And they're like, "What?" And he's like, "Okay, Stem, you can take over."
Yeah.
And just beats the dog shit out of everybody in the fucking room.
Yeah.
And he gets the main guy down, and he's like, "Tell me what I want to know." And he's like, "I ain't fucking telling you shit." And Stem's like, "I can do it for you, Gray.
You won't even have to watch."
Yeah. And so he turns his fucking head away. And then when he turns his head back, Stem has cut this dude's face up. Like death by 1,000 cuts kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's just right on his face. And then when he turns back and he looks at him, he's like, "Okay, Gray, he will tell you anything you want to know." How does an AI even perceive that? You know what I mean? Because wouldn't it need the visual information from his brain to it? Something about that concept's broken because he can't hear, so he can't read his thoughts, but he can see what he sees or see what he doesn't see. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, there is a little bit of
I can let that go.
Yeah.
When I'm being this entertained, I can let that shit go.
That's something that I honestly didn't even really think about.
I didn't either until just now.
Yeah.
I was like, well, how can he not look, though? That doesn't make any sense.
Right.
But, also, none of it makes sense. So it's fine.
It's sci-fi, right?
Yeah.
And as we always say, you don't need to explain everything in sci-fi.
No.
As long as you have a cool concept, it's entertaining.
I heard a thing I really liked the other day. I don't know where I heard this either. Explaining a joke is like dissecting a frog. You understand it better, but the frog is gone. I was like, that's good. That's
right,
good.
Yeah.
Now the frog is trash, though. So
yeah,
he gets the information he
gets
wants,
the information,
and then he just wheels back out. And
Yeah.
he's like, hey, what's his name? Said next round's on that guy. The guy who he just killed in the back room or whatever.
right? In the bathroom, he learns that a guy by the name of Fisk had his wife killed,
I wish there would have been like a Daredevil reference. And it'd be like Fisk, and be like,
I know,
you mean from Daredevil?
Yeah.
Like, I would have loved that.
That would have been funny.
That would have tickled me
It
pink.
was the first thing I thought of. I was like, Fisk?
Wilson?
Is that you?
Of the Wilson Fisks?
The Wilson Fisks.
Yeah, I'd have loved that.
The hockey team? The Wilson Fisks. Yeah, so he gets the info. Where are we at this point? He exits the bar. That's when he has to leave his chair behind, correct?
Now, this whole time, yeah, he does have to leave his chair behind. The whole time, he has to leave his chair because Stem is like, hey, Aaron's trying to shut me down remotely.
Yes.
At which point you will become a quadriplegic again. So we need to get... I already thought of a plan for this contingency earlier today. I got on the dark web and contacted a hacker. You'll have to pay in cash. You need to go to this address and ask for Jamie.
And you need to grab this pen and you need to write everything down.
And you need to go now.
Yeah.
So he's going. He's booking ass across town. Now, this whole time, the detective is getting a little closer to being like, why is he at these crime scenes? Like, why is his chair there? Why do I have, like, video surveillance of him there just, like, sitting in his chair watching a house? Like,
because basically the first hunch was the boot print.
Yeah.
She was told about the boot print that was out, and it was covered in grease.
She reviewed the footage. She saw him sitting there in his chair.
Yeah.
Then she saw him again wheeling his chair towards the fucking old bones. She's like, something is fucking going on with this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, so she's on the old trail, the old dusty trail.
Yeah. I like when he's getting to the place that he's going to look for Jamie.
Hacker, yeah.
And his control of his body, he's like starting to lose it or whatever. That I thought was done really well.
Yeah, that was done really well. And then the cutting out of Stem, while he's trying to make it.
Yeah.
Your classic computer shutdown.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Sorry, I was like skipping ahead. But is this the point where we get the hacker stuff and then the
Fisk
stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man,
Dude.
This is fucking cool.
All right, so Fisk and his fucking goons are like biohacked.
Yes.
They have like a gun in their arm.
They have weaponry in their arm.
Which is fucking sick.
Dude, it's insane.
Like they put
shells
like where your bicep is, like the long muscle of your bicep.
Yep.
There's a fucking cartridge in between your bicep and your tricep where you can put bullets.
Yeah.
And you just fucking pump your arm to fucking cock it, and the barrel is in your finger.
Yeah.
How fucking sick is that?
Or the barrel was in their palm, I thought. Remember? Because when he did...
Oh, yeah.
Or something like that.
I think it is in the palm. Yeah, you're right. But they have like weird little... I don't know. It's fucking crazy.
Dude.
Yeah. Fucking crazy.
Some really interesting stuff. I just like the writing in this. It's
neat.
Just smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they have this crazy tech. And Fisk he's on the trail of Gray as well.
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean... Are they? I guess so. They're technically like cyborgs too. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they have this.
Oh yeah.
Tech built in.
Well, he even says he's like, my species will inherit the earth. Okay, so this is my one bugaboo about the whole movie is when Fisk goes to the bar and he's talking to the bartender and he sneezes, and there's like nanobots in his sneeze that go into the bartender and like slice his brain up.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy about that bit because it seems like a bit much. Why didn't you, I don't know, just shoot a fucking laser out of your eyes or something? It's cheaper that way, you know, probably looks a little cheaper, but
it seemed a little cheesy to me.
The nanobot thing, it just seems like, okay, you know, let's pump the brake because they've done this very like visceral, real feeling future where there are these like tech enhanced, bioengineered cyborg fucking people.
Yeah.
And it all feels very real.
It does.
And that one bit,
it
feels like a stretch.
It felt like I agree.
Yeah.
I really agree. I think that's the only thing in this film that that I was like, I didn't love that.
Yeah.
Did it look cool?
Yes.
But I feel like they could have taken it a step further when the nanobots went inside of the bartender. I thought his head was going to explode.
Yeah, or like blood gushing out of his fucking nose and mouth or something.
Yeah. It didn't really do anything besides
he just kind of died.
Just passed out and died.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would agree. I'm glad we kind of talked about that.
I don't normally use the phrase bugaboo for everybody out there.
By the way, what did you think about the part where Fisk in the bathroom, he is able to review the past through his friend's eye?
That's fucking dope.
Like he has this, what was it? It was like
it's a surgical instrument.
Yeah, and it exits from his index finger?
Yeah, the tip of his index finger.
Yeah, and then he puts it in the guy's eyeball.
Who his eyeballs had fucking, you know, are modded or whatever.
Yeah, recorded.
So he's able to download that footage from that dude's fucking eyeballs.
Yeah, that was cool.
Fucking crazy, man. Yeah. You could easily make the argument that Fisk has way cooler upgrades than Gray does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree.
First of all, gun arm.
Bro. Because that's one of the things that Stem noticed from reviewing the footage earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Is the guy didn't have a gun when he shot his wife. It was in his fucking palm.
Yep. Stem's like, just look closely. Hit fucking pause the frame and enhance the footage and shit.
Yeah.
It's fucking cool.
So Gray gets to the hacker. He really struggles to get there. He's writing shit on his arm. He's writing instructions on his arm, which didn't really seem like she needed much of.
No.
But he finds the hacker. He pays her
like $40.
Whatever. It seemed like a small amount of money.
He's like, I got cash. She's like, cash. Very cool.
What if it was like
very analog, but it looks like $40. Like it just doesn't look like much to commit like grand larceny or whatever offense this is.
What if it was just a $2 bill?
That is analog. They started reprinting $2 bills, I heard.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. Because, I mean, you can't get anything for $2 anyway, so what's the point of that?
Yeah.
Maybe they're gonna replace the maybe they're gonna replace the quarter or the dime.
Right.
You know? That's the new replacement for the dime. Nobody's getting dimes anymore. You get $2.
You just get a $2.
Because you can't buy shit with it anyway.
A $2 bill. So anyways, she hacks, she does her thing. I like how in the room that she's hacking, there are people that are just addicted to VR.
Yeah.
And they just experience.
That's how they live.
Yeah. For like weeks, months, she says, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he says something about reality, and she's just like, I don't remember exactly what she says, but
yeah, she's like, wouldn't you rather live a nice fake life than a super shitty real one or whatever?
The life that we're living right now.
Yeah, which comes into play later.
Yes.
So yeah, she's doing her hacking. The guy's getting closer or whatever. He comes to just in the nick of time. Narrowly fucking escapes. Yeah, reboots. Fucking kills 2 of the guys.
Just one, I think.
Oh, just one guy.
Yeah, because it's just Aaron or not Aaron. Fisk and his
goon.
His what it said it on the IMDb or whatever. It said old bones goon or whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, he fucking kills that guy. So now it's just Fisk, and Fisk is like, okay, this guy's gonna be a fucking problem.
He's gonna be a problem.
Yeah. So there's. So he like goes home to recollect himself, and Stem's like, we gotta go. We don't have time for this.
Yeah.
And he's like, I need to sleep. I haven't slept in 2 days. And he's like, there's not time to sleep. He's like, if you try to sleep here, it's gonna come fucking. Yeah. He's gonna come fucking kill you.
And guess who's home?
Mom. Oh, Mom.
What are you doing here?
And of course he walks in and she's like,
yeah, she's like, what the fuck? Because he doesn't have his chair.
Yep. So he has to So he has to explain all that shit to Mom.
Yeah.
And then the detective shows up.
And she's like, what the fuck? Or wait, did she just talks to Mom? Or no?
She talks to him and Mom, but he's like playing.
He's in the bed.
Yeah, he's playing possum.
He's playing possum.
Well, not possum. He's playing. I'm
playing,
still a quadriplegic.
Yeah. And I mean, I feel like at this point she kind of knows. She knows what's going on. And eventually, what happens there? I think she leaves.
She's like,
yeah, but she doesn't.
She's like, I kind of suspect you of something, and he's like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm fucking quadriplegic. What do you want?
Right. And she leaves. She sits in her car to wait for him to leave. She planted a recorder.
Yeah, like a bug.
A bug in his jacket. Yeah. So fuck.
Yeah. So she's listening to him even when he's in the car, and it just sounds like he's an insane man just talking to himself.
To Stem. Yeah.
Because nobody can hear Stem talk except for him.
Right.
But he has to talk out loud for Stem to hear him. So he's just having a one-sided conversation with himself.
Yeah, she's like, what the fuck? Who's Stem?
Yeah, what the fuck is going on here? So, long story short, he goes to leave. He hops in his fucking badass, what's he got, a Charger?
I don't know what it is, actually,
He's got another fucking
another
beefy muscle car.
Yeah.
And he rolls out, and that's all analog, baby.
All analog, baby.
All analog, girl.
We get the chase.
Yeah, cool car chase.
Cool car, yeah.
Cool car chase,
Yeah, it's pretty good.
He winds up effectively like disabling the cop without killing her. She's not following him anymore.
Stem takes over a self-driving car.
Hell yeah.
And stops it.
Yeah.
Causing the detective to crash.
Right. But the detective can't shut down his car because it's a fucking Charger or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then her, I believe Gray asks about her car, and Stem's like, it's not an electric car or whatever, because the cop car is still
analog. Can't hack them.
Analog, yeah.
Yeah.
Smart. Very smart for a police car.
Yeah, fucking A. So he goes to where fucking Fisk is.
He goes to Fisk's place
he goes to hunt him down. He's like, we're going to fucking end this, baby.
Yeah. Dude.
And they have a fucking great little chat.
Yeah,
and fight also. Yeah. And it's effectively where he's like, listen, I was like you. I was a fucking nobody. I got shipped off to war. I got blown the fuck up. And then they fucking upgraded me so I could still live or whatever. But they gave me a gift. And you've been given a gift. And you and me, we are the future of the world.
He doesn't want to kill him.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to kill Gray.
No, he wants them to be partners.
Yeah.
Because obviously Fisk has seen the guy fucking firsthand kill some of his dudes who are also upgraded that couldn't fucking best him. And how does he wind up killing Fisk? Because Stem can't. He's like, I have exhausted all possible combinations.
Yeah, because they're fighting, and Fisk knows every move that Stem is going to make.
Yeah, he's blocking every. It's actually
Stem tells him that.
It's a very cool choreographed fight.
Yeah,
I don't know that I've ever seen a fight with so many consecutive blocks that was so exhilarating to watch.
I believe that Gray gets inside of Fisk's skin, like he fucks with him. He says something that psychologically fucks with him.
Yeah,
the human part of him, I guess the human part.
Yeah,
of
I wish I had
with him.
I wish I had written it down because he does say something that fucks with him.
Yeah,
and then he catches him off guard.
Yeah, and then he there's something that's on the ground that he like pushes or knocks.
It's like a broken piece of glass or a shard of metal or something. He pushes him onto it.
Yeah. So one of the things I noticed about this scene that I fucking love, the whole scene that I loved, I thought it looked awesome, is this room that they're in. It's got glass all against the side of the wall, and the whole time, this whole scene, there are these like blue and green pulses of light from the outside, and it just looks so cool.
Yeah,
visually, just I loved it.
That's fucking cool. If that's an actual location, if that's shot on location, it looks fucking amazing.
I think it's probably
specific
set piece
lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But man, that looked cool. Loved it.
Yeah, good looking.
Yeah.
So he finds out that effectively the guy that ordered the hit on his wife to begin with, she was just a bystander.
Yeah.
He was the target.
And the target
was to make him a quadriplegic. so Aaron could swoop in and be like, hey, let me give you
Check
this
this out.
chip or whatever.
Yeah.
So he's going to go kill Aaron. He goes to Aaron's house. We're running a little long on time.
We're almost done.
So I'm going to try to wrap up here.
Yeah. No, we're almost done.
He goes to Aaron's house, and he's like, listen here, motherfucker. And the cop follows him there. He's like, oh, I got you now. The jig's up.
The jig's up.
And he's like, listen, detective, I'm not in control of my body, you know? And it turns out that Stem had urged Aaron to put it inside of a person as fast as possible because Stem needed the upgrade. Gray was the upgrade.
For Stem, yeah.
Gray wasn't upgraded. He was the upgrade for Stem.
Yeah.
And
to have a body, essentially. And
yeah. And there's a bit where Stem's like, Gray, don't try to resist me. You'll break your fragile mind or whatever. And that's exactly what happens. He's getting ready to shoot the cop. And he's like, no. And then he wakes up in a hospital and his wife's there. And she's like, oh my God, honey, you were knocked unconscious in that car accident. You've been out for a couple of days. Are you feeling okay? Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, it was just a dream.
It was just a dream.
But it wasn't a dream.
Yeah.
It cuts right back to Aaron's house and Stem's like, Gray's gone now. I've put him in a more comfortable place. So that's the same, like those people that live their life in VR. Mm-hmm. That's effectively what he's happy there.
Yeah.
So that's why he would choose to live his life like that, like those other people, because that's where he's happy. And boy, it is just fucking bone-chilling.
That blew my mind, dude.
Yeah,
like, I was like, what?
It's fucking good. It's fucking good.
I thought it was just going to end at like Aaron told or like this was all Aaron's plan, which it was, but it was Aaron's plan because it was Stem's plan.
Right. Yeah. So Stem kills the cop, kills Aaron, and just fucking walks out.
Away.
Yeah. And credits. Whew. Where do you come down on if you had 10 thumbs and all of your thumbs are arms that have guns in the hands, how many do you give this out of 10? That's
good. Yeah. I like that. That's perfect. I'm going 10, dude.
I'm going to go 10 too. Like we both took umbrage with the same part of the movie. That does not stop this from being like the coolest fucking action movie I think I've ever seen.
It's so fun.
Like I could watch it again.
Yeah.
Right
we
now.
Could, you want to?
Well, we could.
or
we could watch Cyborg with Jean-Claude Van Damme. So we will be back probably way too drunk to do this in any certain order.
Yep.
But
you're going to hate it.
You know, I've only had 2 drinks. I'm going to try to make it 12 by the time we get back from the end of Cyborg. We'll be right back. Here's the thing.
We're going to get up in it, boy.
It's a real smorgasbord. I'm, of course, talking about Cyborg. An R-rated. R-rated.
Cyborg.
Smorgasbord. It's an R-rated 1989 sci-fi action film, 1 hour, 26-minute runtime.
Thank God.
It's got, let's see here, 5 out of 10 on IMDb. 22% on Rotten Tomatoes and 63% of Google user.
Hey, what about the Metascore?
The what?
Metascore. It's 24.
Oh,
Meta,
okay.
Meta?
Yeah.
Tomato?
Yeah.
Tomato score?
The tomato score. Let's see here. Release date April 7th, 1989. Distributed by the Cannon Group. That's how you know it's gold, baby. And Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer. Film villain Fender Tremolo. Why is this in the fucking Google results? Budget was under $500,000. Music by Kevin Bassinson.
Sure.
Bassinson. That's Bassinson.
I just looked up to the director. He just passed away last year.
Oh, okay.
So
well, everybody disappears, passes away at some year, but yeah, that's just last year. We're so close. Who else is covering Cyborg? Who else is this current? Because we're news that's too raw for radio. Oh, it's gonna be good. This is a good episode, I think.
It's fun.
This is a good one.
We had a good time.
Stars Jean-Claude Van Damme, Vincent Klin.
Whoa. Van Damme.
Van Damme.
Thank you.
Vincent Klin. Jackson Pinkney. Terry Batson.
Did you say Pinkney?
Deborah Richter. Dale Haddon.
Richter damn near killed her.
Oh, that's good. Deborah Richter damn near killed her. Oh, that's good. Dale Haddon, you know what? That's enough.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, we're
you're
just going to stop it there. And a bunch of like incredibly swole dudes. You would not believe how huge they are.
Hey, how would you say the director's name, by the way?
What is it? It wasn't on my list. I was going to
That was the perfect response. Hey, how would you say the director's name? What is it? You didn't look it up? Okay.
I said it. Like, is it like Gail Gannon or something?
That? Can you see that from here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. I must have missed it. It's not. It's playing.
Yeah, the name right there.
Is it right under it?
Above it. Above the video.
Oh, Albert Pune. Pyun.
Pyun? I don't know.
I'm gonna go with Pune because you know what? We're about to get all up in this Pune tank. And right. I'll be honest with you. This is top tier.
This is top tier
bad movie stuff.
Yeah.
For us anyway. We had an absolute fucking riot watching this. I will say the lead up to the last 5 minutes, maybe 15 minutes of it started to drag a little bit for me.
It started to drag just a little bit.
Just a bit, but then something would happen and I would be like, this is outrageous. Like just the fact that this is in the movie is fucking crazy. So they drag it on for 5 minutes, but I'm still tied up in the fact that like I cannot believe they crucified him like Jesus Christ. Like this is fucking wild, man.
This is one of the wildest things. I mean, this
is crazy. What would you say it's about though?
So a martial art a marital artist.
Yeah, marital arts.
No,
he's really bad at marital arts.
A martial artist, Jean-Claude Van Damme, helps a cyborg, or I guess, does he help the cyborg? I mean,
yeah,
kind of.
Not deliberately,
right?
He helps the cyborg because the guy that captured the cyborg,
yes,
killed his wife.
Yes. So
wow, this is really connecty with fucking Upgrade, actually.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Before I was telling you, before I even watched Upgrade, I was like, I think this is going to have a cyborg vibe to it.
You nailed it.
And I hadn't seen it. I knew just a little bit about it.
Dude, this thing, all right, we're going to get to it here in a second, but it blows its wad like right up front. Like in the first 5 minutes, it goes harder than it does for almost the rest of the movie.
Well, that
visually speaking.
Yeah, the ending fight is insane.
Oh God, dude. A bunch of it's crazy.
This
is one of the most entertaining, like dumb movies I've ever.
It's silly.
It's dumb as shit.
It's silly. I would call it silly.
Yeah,
it is dumb, but it's so fucking silly.
It's a silly premise, and it's very over the top.
Yeah,
which I quite like.
Yes,
but it's got a pretty brisk pace about it.
Yeah, and it's only an hour and 26.
It's not boring. I like normally when we get onto a movie like this, I'm like, all right, there's going to be a lot of fucking chewing scenery,
filler. There's
going to be a lot of like trying to force a love interest that doesn't work or whatever. There's going to be a lot of exposition where somebody just tells you what's going on.
Here's what's happening in this film. It's mostly the viewer going, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, you have to what the fuck the whole time to get what the story is. And then when
not just because of the story, but because of the setting.
It's not giving you much.
It just jumps and jumps and jumps. It's just like scene to scene. Like, hey, now we're here. Hey, did you know we're here?
Yeah, there's a lot of flashbacks. So real quick, Bird said what the story's about. This is full spoilers for it, and there's not much to add to what you said. So he's a fucking jaded man. His wife's been murdered by a psychopath. This is years later.
That wasn't even his wife, by the way. So
no, that was just a girl he had a crush on. He just was crushing.
No, so what'd they call him?
A slinger.
So Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I'll tell you what a fucking slinger is.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
You get you some tater tots.
Oh, you're going to talk about the food.
I'm talking about a slinger.
A St. Louis
what I know a slinger
style.
I prefer the Cape Girardeau style. But St. Louis they got a
No,
good.
You're right.
I ain't taking nothing away from it.
Hey, you're right.
Like down in Cape, they just throw an extra layer on it. That's all it is. So
you just got really southern.
I'm gonna tell you what, boy. I'm gonna tell you what.
Tell it.
Here's what they got on a slinger. You got your tater tots.
Yep.
All right. And on top of your tater tots, you put you some nacho cheese. On top of nacho cheese, you put you a layer of scrambled eggs. And on top of the layer of scrambled eggs, you do you some sausage patties.
Oh.
A gun. Yes, a handgun. And you put your handgun on there. You get your little 38 snub. You just wedge her in there between the taters and the gravy.
No one will notice.
A slinger's fucking disgusting. It's like 100,000 calories, and it's just a bucket of slop. It's so goddamn good. There's one solid food in a slinger, and it's just a sausage patty. That's it.
It sounds like the perfect hangover food.
It's the perfect drunk food is what it is.
Oh, drunk food?
Yep.
So before you go to bed.
Like, you tried to fight 3 people, you pissed on fucking public property, the cops were after you, you almost got arrested, you need to go the fuck to bed. Have a slinger. You go right to bed, baby.
Have a slinger.
Because first of all, you'll try to crush it, you can't. You can't. Ain't no way. Shut it down.
Man. Shut it down.
Alicia never had one. We were going on a little vacay to Memphis, and we stopped in Cape Girardeau. We got slingers and then drove to the nearest park and ate them. And she's like, man, these are fucking good. And I was like, yeah, they are. She ate like a third of it. She's like, I can't eat anymore. I was like, yeah, I know you can't.
If I keep going, I'll have a heart attack.
But they're like, well, they used to be anyway, $11. I'm sure now they're $38.99. But
artisanal slingers.
But they used to be. Oh my God, dude. I'd love to make an artisanal slinger.
Step Danny's artisanal slingers.
Yeast biscuits. And put a little layer of crumbled corn muffin on there. Oh God, that'd be badass though. Cyborg though. Let's get back on it. I don't want to undercut this by talking. So he is a slinger. He's just a big styrofoam container full of all this delicious goo. You could almost eat a slinger with a straw.
Oh my God, dude. Okay. All right. Let's get back into it. Yeah, so the flashbacks kind of work, but the more the film gets into it, it doesn't work for me.
Well, they do a really great thing at the beginning of the film when they're showing the flashback. They show him sharpening his knife, and then there's a flash, and then all of a sudden he has long hair and he's cleaner, and it's a different story.
Yeah. And
between every cut scene of this different story, it cuts right back to him sharpening his knife. And I think that's done really well. There are like 3 or 4 cutbacks in it.
Yeah, that's fine.
That part works great. The more they go into the movie, they just expect every time you see that little flash, it's a flashback.
What's going on. Yeah.
And I don't. Like every time I'm like, it takes me like 10 seconds. I'm like,
you're like, is this?
What the fuck is going on? Oh, he's got long hair. Okay, it's a flat. Okay, all right. Yeah.
So the longer it goes on, it doesn't work. But basically the story is in this flashback, he's smuggling someone out of the city. And
he's slinging them out of the city.
He's slinging them out of the city. And he falls in love with this girl.
Slings his meat into her.
And acts as a step Danny. to the children. Cool. One of the kids...
I like them. Like, that's the best Van Damme I've ever done.
That was pretty good.
And it's never going to get better than that.
That was pretty good.
I'm sorry that one instance of 3 words is all I'm ever going to get. But
that was good.
Flew too close to the sun.
Wow. That's, I'm impressed.
Thank you.
And also, you're pouring a beer out of a koozie that will keep your beer cold.
Yeah. I like to drink out of a glass. I just brought it in here in that koozie to keep it cold until I was ready.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's podcasting 101.
I'm planning ahead, baby. Look, if you need any tips, you can always just write me in. It's just2movies@gmail.com. I'd be happy to help anybody start a thing they want to do.
Nice. All right. So back to Sliderborg.
Guyborg. But the guy wasn't a cyborg. Okay, so right at the front, it's weird. It's very weird. Like, as soon as it opens, you're like, holy shit, what?
Oh, yeah, it's a guy with the cyborg woman, like, escaping a building.
Yeah.
And then...
he gets his head cut off.
Yeah.
And then you find out that the lady's a cyborg when she meets Jean-Claude Van Damme, and you see computer stuff on her eyeball, and then she's like, I can trust you. I'm a cyborg. And she takes her hair off. and there's an animatronic, like, puppet. Or I guess it would technically still be a robot. Buddy, this is worth the price of admission alone.
Yeah.
Is this 15? I'm probably going to see if I can find it and put it in the sound clip for this episode. But holy shit. That thing looks crazy.
Yeah. It did look pretty wild.
Yeah, like in this weird, it's stop motion. Looks like Ed 209 from RoboCop 1 or he's RoboCop 2. That kind of stop motion-y fucking animatronic shit. And then later, like in the next scene, she turns around and blinks her eyes all fucking weird. And
one of her eyes is like,
oh, it's super uncanny valley.
Crooked and
oh yeah.
It's pretty strange.
So the uncanny valley is fucking. Are you familiar with the Uncanny Valley?
No.
Okay. So it is like if you look at a computer generated image of a person and you just like swipe, like let's say you just swipe on them and they get progressively less realistic. There is a point on that scale where they'll make you uncomfortable to look at. And then they will they will arrive back at a point where you're comfortable to look at them again because they look enough not like a person while looking like a person that you know they're just a depiction. So that part that makes you uncomfortable, that's the uncanny valley. And that is caused by like category confusion in your brain because we recognize patterns. So it's like you either recognize that it is a person or that it isn't. But it's just in that weird valley where your brain
not sure.
Your brain can't immediately. Yeah, good stuff.
That kind of reminds me of the AI images that floated around for a while.
I still get a bunch of them on my feed.
Yeah, it would be of like beautiful people at a party, but something is off with them. So you like take a look at their hand, and they'd have like hands. 6 fingers.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck? Like visual, like they're very beautiful to the eye, but then you really, upon further inspection, you're like, what?
I really thought that being a human being meant that we had the capacity for love. Yeah. But it turns out it's really just if you can spot and select 3 bicycles. You know?
What?
It's just like a CAPTCHA. Like select the pictures that contain bicycles.
Can you click on the squares that contain stairs?
Click the pandas.
The squares that contain stairs.
Oh my god. So all right, we're getting way off track. I said we were going to get wrecked before we came back for this thing, and I think we've delivered on that promise.
It tracks.
Yeah,
it tracks.
Yeah. Boy, I don't want to sell this thing short though. God, Jean-Claude Van Damme's name is Gibbs.
Which doesn't make any sense.
No, the antagonist is fucking Fender. And I kept waiting for them to kill a guy and be like, oh no, Paul. And then another guy be like, oh no, we're one less Paul. Yeah. And then his son to be like, Paul Reed Smith Jr., it's up to you.
And then one of the girls, his name is Ibanez.
Yeah. I don't know if the rest of these things are true, but the first two things are.
Oh, dude. Hang on.
You got Truva?
No.
Oh, good.
Well, I mean, we could check it out, but wasn't the Cyborg wasn't the Cyborgs
where you get the wings?
where they throw? Is that the home of the throwed rolls?
No.
What's that?
That's Lambert's.
Lambert's.
Cyborg's is a wing joint.
Yeah, it's a wing place.
In the shitty.
Yeah. Well, those are both in the city.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You got Lambert's in St. Louis?
I think so, right? Or no?
That's in Sexton?
Oh, yeah. You're right.
It's like way the fuck down there.
Anyways, the Cyborg,
two great places to check out in Missouri, by the way. Lambert's in Sexton, Missouri, and Cyborg's in St. Louis.
Her name was Pearl.
Oh, yeah.
Which is isn't that a drum? Is Pearl drum?
Fucking Pearl's a drum set, yeah. Absolutely. Pearl makes drum sets, yeah. You're absolutely right.
So we've got Pearl, we've got Fender, which is a guitar.
Yeah.
Dude, this is fucking there's a character, I'm not making this up. I'm looking at the cast.
Lay it on me.
There's a character that goes by the name of
Zildjian.
Right. A symbol. There's a character whose name is Marshall Strat.
What the fuck?
Alex Daniels, you can look it up. Alex Daniels plays Marshall, which is a guitar cabinet or head, an amplifier. And then Strat is short for Stratocaster from Fender.
Yeah. Because he's with Fender.
Yeah.
So dude. What else?
And then our main guy Gibson. So these are all clearly. These have to be music references.
Is his name Gibson?
Yeah, it's Gibson, but they call him Gibbs.
God damn. Anybody else? What you got? Any other zingers in there? What's his like sidekick?
Okay. This is clear. His name is Gibson Rickenbacker. Rickenbacker is a bass, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Like a specific style of bass guitar.
Wait,
Rickenbacker.
Let's see. I'm gonna find out real quick.
I'm like 90%.
Rickenbacker bass guitar. Yup.
Yeah, that's a kind of a higher end bass guitar.
Yeah, sure is. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. First thing on Google. For your consideration is this beautiful Rickenbacker 405 XC hollow body electric bass guitar in the always classy and elegant jet glow gloss black finish. $3,695 or $5,695.
Hey.
7-day returns. They've got them in stock at reverb.com.
Guess what Fender's last name is?
God, tell me.
Tremolo.
His fucking last name is Tremolo? God damn.
This is blowing our minds right now. I
fucking am loving this, dude. Why do they not ever call these people by their full names or at least put it on the screen and do like a still frame like Hot Fuzz?
Yeah, right.
Sergeant Nicholas Angel. But dude, fucking Fender Tremolo.
I think that from what I can tell, that's about it.
God, that's fucking cool.
That's
you know what?
crazy.
I like that. And Jean-Claude Van Damme does 8 roundhouse kicks in case anybody was wondering.
Was it 8?
Dude, he's kicking dudes' dicks into the dirt. He's fucking loving it.
2 of them were failed.
I think 4. I think 4 of them were failed ultimately.
Okay. But they still counted in,
our
hearts.
Hey, dude, you got to fucking twist your whole body around to fucking fling that heel.
Did we break this down like truly at all? Not really.
I don't know. It just look, Jean-Claude Van Damme pursues this guy with a sidekick who's like, "You should save that cyborg," and he's like, "No, I don't give a fuck about that cyborg." But by getting his revenge on that guy who's got the cyborg, he inadvertently saves the cyborg. He gets the shit beat out of him a couple of times.
Yeah.
And he eventually fucking winds up victorious. They crucify him like Jesus in the middle.
That was insane.
That is fucking
what
crazy.
The fuck, dude?
That's it. That's the whole movie. That's what happens. So like when I say this, like the story is shit. The story is kind of shit. But Holy fuck, is it wild?
It's fucking wild, dude.
From A to B, dude. It's fucking crazy, and it's pretty brisk, man. I'm like,
yeah.
That is a common theme with a lot of fucking older films. They just kind of drag on a little bit. There's a bit where there's 15 or 20 minutes of just fucking, come on, you know what I mean?
So here's the thing. Okay, so we've done a few Jean-Claude Van Damme films, correct?
I think 4. This is a guaranteed 3, if not 4.
3. And most of those were in the 90s, I believe.
Yeah, so I think this is is this pre-cocaine Jean-Claude?
See, that's what I was kind of wondering, is what kind of Jean-Claude do we have?
I think maybe maybe a key bump a day, if any. For this Jean-Claude, he's looking pretty baby-faced, pretty fresh.
He is, yeah.
He looks very fit, you know what I mean?
That's a young Jean.
He hasn't been skipping trap day. Jesus Christ, when he's crucified, his fucking laterals are swole AF, dog.
Swole AF.
What are you doing, Step Jean?
So let's see.
Oh no, I'm stuck in the dryer again. I made him Spanish. I don't.
Yeah, so this is his minor role, uncredited extra, main antagonist. Let's see. So this is his third-ish starring role. So that's pretty fresh. Yeah.
We did his first ever role that he didn't star in. It was just like the first movie he was ever in.
What?
We did it with Jeremy Jones.
Woman Between Wolf and Dog?
I think it was called Never Surrender. Or Never Back Down.
No Retreat,
no Retreat, no Surrender. Yeah.
Okay. He's the main antagonist in that. But that's not like
it's a mobster. He's the main fight, I guess. But
right.
I don't even think he has dialogue in it.
Right.
He just plays a heavy.
So Bloodsport was his first starring role.
Dude, have you seen Bloodsport?
Yeah.
God damn. That's a banger. We're going to do that someday on here. I feel like that's still a good movie. I haven't seen it in a very long time.
We'll see, I guess, one day. But anyways, this is really early Van Damme.
Don't you mean Van Damme?
That's exactly what I mean.
Every time I stub my toe, I'm like, Jean-Claude Van Damme it.
Damn it.
One of my dogs got hit by a car. I was like, Jean-Claude Van Damme, shame. It's a good dog.
It's a good dog. It's a good pup.
My dogs didn't get hit by well, one of them did because she's fucking retarded. She's a good dog. She's still alive, but
she's a special girl.
She is a special girl. She's a big sweetie pie, and she's scary. She's scary looking. Like nobody would ever try to break in my house and see that thing barreling towards them and be like, "This is fine," you know.
Yeah, she could be intimidating. I can see that.
Yeah, I feel like if there was ever a bear coming out of the woods, she'd be all over it. She would get murdered by it for sure, but she would be all over it.
All right, so I want to talk about the end of this film. Actually, here's what I want to talk about.
You talking about the big, wet, stinky fight?
Yes, we will get to that. Here's what I want to talk about for a second.
What you want to talk about?
There's a point in the film where they go down a manhole. They open up a manhole cover.
Hell yeah.
To hang out with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
And they go through these sewers, and they end up
on skateboards.
Fuck, I wish, dude.
Eating pizza. It looks pretty sweet, honestly. Surprisingly, way less water in the sewer than I thought.
Well, from what I saw in the
That's
sewer,
a two-tier joke because part of it they're tit deep in the fucking sewer water.
Surprisingly, oh yeah, they are, man. They're
they get out of it, and they're in the desert.
They get out of the manhole cover, and they're in the desert. Somebody didn't think a lot of this film through.
Oh, it's all right. It's like people are like cows, they won't notice.
But honestly, when they were down there, it looked fucking cool. I'm not gonna lie.
It looked good.
And kind of, I don't know, it worked.
100% with you. 100% with you. I thought a lot of the set
pieces didn't look bad.
They didn't look bad. They open on a really, really bad one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's the worst one in the whole movie.
I agree. And then from there, it goes up.
Yeah, that's weird.
It is weird.
To start with that. Just a very obviously painted background with just some jagged pieces of metal in the foreground. To not even use that it's not even in the film. It's just a still shot with a narrator, and it looks terrible. And then they move to a different scene for the action. I don't know. Just, you didn't have to put it there.
Yeah.
Could do a Star Wars crawl or something. I don't care. Whatever. Just put text on the screen and I'll go, oh.
Oh, okay. That's what happened.
And then like a quote and be like, Edgar Allan Poe. I have a dream, Edgar Allan Poe. Just do it wrong, you know?
Oh, shit.
So
there's that. And then the last fight really put this film over the top for me.
Bro.
So much moaning and groaning.
Everybody's working out their face really hard in this last fight scene.
Lots of oohs and ohs.
It's a lot of that, actually. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Too raw for radio.
Too raw for radio. Sorry, I'll probably cut that.
So this final fight.
God, there's so many like still frames and slow-mo shots and just weird fucking audio.
Yeah.
I love it.
But the delivery as far as the punches is always the same. It's always the same noise, like that classic
Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's good stuff, man.
I fucking love it.
God, yeah, it is.
If
he just kicks that dude in the stomach like 8 times, just like.
I'll tell you what, though. Honestly, I did not expect Jean-Claude Van Damme to get his ass kicked so much in this film.
Oh, he gets beat. Beat the fuck up.
Yeah, I really didn't. I thought it was
he literally got crucified, like the Son of God. And you know what? If Jesus wouldn't have skipped leg day, maybe he'd have been able to get out of that situation. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Jean did it.
So, what do you think about the crucifixion after he got off the cross?
So he doesn't like wiggle his hands out of it or anything that you might expect. No, he kicks it so hard he doesn't break the wood. He fucking like whittles it down by kicking it multiple times.
Maybe like a beaver?
Like a beaver, yeah, kind of like a beaver with his heels. And then it falls and then he's on the ground, but he's still crucified. And we were watching it and I was like, great, now the sun's in my eyes.
How's he get out of it? It doesn't show. I don't think it shows how he got out of that.
That other gal.
Oh, Steely McDan.
Botox Betty.
Botox Betty. Nadie Simmons. Oh, that's her name in the film.
It's
Deborah Richter.
Deborah Richter.
Damn near killed her. Wonder what kind of music reference Nadie Simmons is.
Yeah, that's 100% Botox. Here's another picture of the same woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, not to make a comment on it one way or the other, but she does look like she suffered a bee sting during this movie. So it may have been a relatively fresh procedure, or maybe she got stung by a fucking bee. I don't know. But we were both like, that's a little odd, isn't it?
What did I say?
I've never just seen a feature on a person like that before.
It's different.
Yeah.
The top lip. What I said, I don't. At one point, I was like, "Did she get bit by a bee?"
Yeah,
instead of stung.
She got bit by a bee.
What a fucking idiot.
I'm glad you called yourself out again.
Yeah.
Like, because you did it while we were watching it, too. Like, bit by a bee.
What's that?
Who's this guy?
What's that about?
Who's this guy?
What's about it?
Guy that thinks bees just bite, you know? That's my new character.
Spider bee. Spider bee.
Does whatever is expected of he. So I tell you what, I really like the antagonist. I like the big, swole, weird guy with his terrible voice, and he's like the whole time he's like, I'm on my way to go get my teeth browned at the dentist.
They're going to color them in for me.
Yeah.
So, which actor was that, by the way?
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. What was that guy's name? He kind of looked like fucking Tuco from Breaking Bad.
Vincent Klein.
Vincent Klein.
So he was born in New Zealand.
Ah, New Zealand.
New Zealand. He began surfing at a very young age and was already on the pro circuit at age 13. Holy shit.
It's just a bunch of pictures of him either looking fucking creepy or surfing and looking like a regular man.
Yeah, he's a strange looking dude.
Isn't that weird?
Cyborg. His most notable role was the 1989 film Cyborg.
So, all right, look, they're done punching each other.
Yeah.
It's over. The dust is settled.
Mm-hmm.
How many cyborg, like if you had 10 thumbs and all your thumbs were the back of a cyborg lady's head?
Or
we're watching that, she takes her hair off and it's just all like fucking robotics under her hair, and I was like, damn, does the carpet match the drapes? What is it, is it like an iPod Touch down there? How many of those domes you give it? Dome thumbs.
It's just a record player down there.
You gotta do the ABCs.
How many what? What are we doing?
I don't know, cyborg head thumbs. So like that lady's
Cyborg
face.
Head thumbs.
That lady's face doing that blinking thing.
Oof. Man. Dare I say?
Oh fuck!
Is this perfect? I feel like it's a perfect.
It's pretty goddamn close. If it's not, I like. Look, there's maybe realistically 8 minutes where I was like, okay, come on, let's speed it up.
Yeah.
Like if I were to cut the maximum amount of just dead shit, people chewing scenery, it's 6 minutes.
I would agree with that.
Maybe of the whole runtime.
I was going to say like 5 or 6 minutes.
Not much. It's got a great pace. It's a lot of fun.
I'm going 10. Fuck it.
I think I'm going to go 10 too, man. I think this might be our first
10-10. Well, I mean, first
10 so bad it's good.
Yeah. Well, the first movie was a 10. The second movie is a 10. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
What do you want?
This is 210. This is all positive vibes. I'm going to give it a 0 actually. I hate it. to make conflict in a thing. So people want to listen to it, leave a nasty comment. Well, guess what? You're dumb. It's the dumbest movie I've ever seen. It's not. It's pretty fun.
You know what? I have a better idea. Make it a good movie. I don't know. Internet trolls.
Fucking beta cuck soy boys. You know what I mean?
Beta cucks. Yeah, no, I think it deserves a 10. We had a lot of fun with this, honestly. One of the best bad movies we've watched in a long time. Man. Yeah, this was a good one. It's just breezy. It's 80s. I love 80s cheesy anything, like horror films, action films. They're just fun, man.
Yeah, I like a lot of them. Yeah, it is one of the more fun eras. But that being said, this is one of the most fun that I think I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I think this might be the first one I've ever given a 10 because I could watch this again tomorrow.
Yeah,
I got to watch this again as soon as we walk out of here, but instead, I want to do
What You Watching?
What You Watching.
Let's do it. Let's take it down to a little place that we like to call What Are You Watching?
Oh, okay. I need a beer.
All right. I got to pee. You'll edit that out.
Hey, what you watching?
Yeah, what you watching?
Oh, am I going first? Or
whatever.
Do you want to go first?
I can go. I'll tell you, the most exciting thing I've watched recently is hands down.
It's called Hands Down?
No, it's gonna be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutant Mayhem.
Okay. Is that the new film
Yes.
by Seth Rogen?
Yes.
Because Carrie and I really want to watch that, actually.
It's fucking really good, man.
Yeah.
When we're done with this, I would really love to show you like 5 minutes of it, just to see like what the art looks like and the tone of the film. Because here's a brief review with no spoilers.
Okay, let's hear it.
It captures everything you need it to have for it to be an effective Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles property.
Yeah.
But it gives it to you in a brand new design, brand new story, brand new origin. Like, it is its own thing.
Okay.
So it's fresh. And it is wildly entertaining. There is one character design that I don't love, but it happens to be like my favorite character in the movie, so I can easily let it go. And the cast is fucking phenomenal, man. They're phenomenal. The best thing about it is they finally have made the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
fun
teenagers. They finally just made it. They're all 15. They're all like 14, 15. They're teenagers, as the title would imply. But I have always been like, these guys are like
31,
19. Like, these guys smoke weed when Splinter's not around. You know what I mean? They're getting into a bit of trouble, these guys.
Oh, this is interesting. So the director, do you know much about the director?
Seth Rogen?
No, so Seth Rogen did the screenplay. And his good buddy Evan Goldberg also did the screenplay.
Oh, I know the name Evan Goldberg.
But the director, Jeff Rowe, he wrote Gravity Falls.
I fucking love Gravity Falls.
So he wrote some of Gravity Falls. Yeah, like 11 episodes, it says.
That's great, because I've watched all the episodes of Gravity Falls. Yeah,
it's hilarious.
Yeah, have you watched Gravity Falls?
Not all of it, but I have watched some. It's super funny.
It's very good. Yeah, it's a really good fucking show. That was like one my kid got into, and I was like, just super fucking fun. Weird, supernatural shit, like X-Files kind of, but for kids.
Yeah.
Very into it.
All right, what else you got?
What else I've been watching? I'm still watching Breaking Bad.
Oh, I've been meaning to text you about that.
I'm still watching Breaking Bad. I think I am season 4, episode 11. So
you're almost
closing in on the end of season 4. But we've also been watching Suits. My wife got a job as a legal assistant. She works at a law office. So it's funny for us to be like, ha ha ha, I object. This deposition is over. So we watch Suits, which is, I don't know. It's a comfort sitcom.
Yeah.
Less of a sitcom, I guess. But anyway, you get the point. It's a folding laundry show. You can just put it on in the background while you're doing whatever. I started watching some of the series Chucky. I think I'm like 2 or 3 episodes in, and I think I'm going to ride that out. I'm liking it so far.
Chucky?
Yeah, the series. Quite good, actually.
What is it about? What's about it?
It's about Chucky. From Child's Play.
Chucky. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Weird.
Yeah, right? Well, I saw a bunch of really good reviews for it, and I just thought, there's no way. Like, there's no way you can make a Chucky show and have a bunch of Chucky in it.
I didn't know this was a thing. I'm not going to lie.
It's quite good, actually. It's on Peacock.
You mean peacock?
Peacock. Yeah, that's what I normally do with mine. You know, sometimes I come cock. Mostly it's Peacock.
Stop. While I was watching, I want to say this. While I was watching Upgrade, I was like, this could be a TV series.
It would be.
You could really.
You could keep running with it.
You could run that, yeah.
Yeah.
The story, I mean, just you could do so much with that.
Yeah, you could run that into a show. Yeah, 100%.
Like 2 seasons.
You know, Logan Marshall Green's down for it, and I would be happy to have him.
Yeah.
Dude, he's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Why are you yelling?
I don't know.
All right, what else you got? Chucky?
What else?
Chucky is pretty fucking freaky. It's freaky shit.
It's not as an adult.
No,
as a child,
yeah,
it freaked
that's what
me.
I mean.
It freaked
like,
me the fuck out as a kid. As an adult, I'm like, oh, he's just rude.
Right.
He's just rude and does the things that I think about.
Kind of like Child's Play. Do you remember that movie?
Yeah, with Chucky.
Sorry, I'm thinking of something else. What was the that's so funny. Yeah, with Chucky.
Yeah, the movies
that he was in.
The show's based on that we're talking about.
What was the movie with
Oh God, lay it on me. I got your back. What is it?
It was like
who's in it? What genre?
Fuck. It was like
is it a rude doll?
No, it's a kid, but the dad is like the stepdad. And the kid is like
that's Backdoor Sluts 9.
How'd you know?
Hashtag family ties.
Ah, man, that's gonna bother the shit out of me. I wish like the actor's name is on the tip of my tongue, but I don't know.
The Children Under the Stairs.
That's it. How'd you know?
Is it?
No.
Okay.
All right. What else you've been listening to, watching?
Man, I've been listening to that fucking Night Versus album that you referred me to.
Yeah.
That I cannot remember the name of it off the top of my head.
It's a strange name.
Yeah, I'm not gonna look it up either because I'm looking up the next thing that I have been watching.
I'll mention the Night Versus thing.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're gonna mention the Night Versus thing,
what else you got?
Then that's all good. Let's see here. You know what? I'm just gonna have to look up fucking Xbox Game Pass and find the name of the game because I cannot remember it. Explore the game library. Here we go. It should pop up.
You got it.
Towards the top. That's an indie game. It's like maybe 32-bit. Most of it is like almost top-down, turn-based RPG, but I'm really fucking enjoying it.
Does not sound like my style, but
no, I like those. Like that's my.
I'm not big on the top down. I've never been big on the top down.
Yeah, I don't mind them at all. I quite like them. I like slow paced strategy that I can play at my own pace. I guess Sea of Stars. That's what it's called.
John Ritter.
Oh, fucking John Ritter. Okay, let's see here. John Ritter.
Problem Child.
Oh, yeah, that's the one.
That's it. God damn.
Yep. Finally got there. That's all you need, though. Fucking John Ritter. God damn.
He did a movie called Problem Child, and that reminded me of Chucky because the little kid is evil.
Yeah.
Like a Chucky.
Yeah, he's kind of a homicidal maniac, that fucking kid.
Yeah, Michael Oliver.
Yeah.
What a piece of shit.
Is he?
There's a Problem Child 2.
Yeah.
And a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cruise Control and The Reckoning.
Problem Child
First
3.
Blood.
Cruise Control.
Yeah, no, the game I've been playing on Xbox called Sea of Stars. Very fun, light story. Breaks the third wall a couple of times, which I appreciate.
Is that a poop joke?
Gameplay's fun, slow paced enough. When I say slow paced enough, I mean like they're just not. I probably played like 6 hours of it, and I've gotten 2 new combo moves. Like they're not just giving you new shit left and right. You know what I'm saying? You really got to grind.
You got to work for it. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to work to earn that new shit. But the stories are like easy enough to move through, and with even the smallest amount of planning, I think I've died twice.
Damn, this game has killer reviews, bro.
It's good. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Now that you say it, I've seen that image on the PlayStation home screen.
It's really fun. Yeah, I like
Nice.
even if that's not really your vibe, if you see it on sale or see it for free, fucking try
Check
it
it out.
out. Yeah.
Okay.
If it's fucking $3, man, give it a go because it's a good one. Because there are fucking probably 10 games like that in the last 2 years that I've downloaded or purchased and started playing and not finished because they weren't good. And this one I'm still in on. I think it's a lot of fun. I'm really, really enjoying it.
It is. Oh, that's funny. I think it was free on PlayStation Plus, so I actually have it.
Last month? Or is it free now?
Yeah, looks like it.
Nice. Can you just download it remotely?
Or maybe I bought it. Yeah, dude. Okay, I'm gonna have to play this soon.
It's fun. Yeah. It's fun.
Because I think this was a PlayStation Plus game.
It's got a lot of the battle mechanics are like timing based, which makes it challenging enough to. But like, okay, I played it for 4 hours before I realized there was a move that I had that it depending on my timing, I could do it twice, or I could do it 12 times, like in a row. I didn't fucking know that. Like I just figured that out. And I'm like, well, this is a fucking game changer. It hasn't changed. It's been a possibility since the beginning of the game.
Don't you hate that when you're like, I didn't know I could do that?
Yeah, that I'm just real dumb.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm also a really dumb person.
Yeah. There's my guy.
There's my guy.
Man, apart from that, that's been it. I added a thing to my watch list. It's like a foreign black and white film where it's like, oh, Dracula's an old man and or a vampire. It's an old man vampire, and like maybe he wants to kill himself. Maybe he wants to go out and fucking get fresh blood or whatever. I'm looking forward to watching that because it seems fucking weird, and I'm into weird shit. But I don't know. I'm not like this is gonna be good.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I still really want to watch Talk to Me when that comes out.
New A24 joint.
Yeah, and the Meg 2, The Trench.
The Trench.
I don't know why I want to. I don't know. I like when just get Jason Statham to punch a giant shark. I love it. It's dumb. It's the cyborg equivalent of the modern day.
That is dumb.
Yeah. I love it.
I love it.
What about you? What you been watching?
Oh, fuck. Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, shit. I didn't know you talking to me. All right. I have been playing a little video game called Kena. I thought it was Kena, but I think it's Kena. Kena.
Okay.
Apostrophe Bridge of Spirits.
Fucking apostrophe. I like that.
It is an indie game. It has a very like Pixar style-esque Piscar.
I don't hate that.
I don't hate that.
I'm not crazy about a lot of Pixar's movies, but
the animation, yeah.
I can't knock their art style.
Pixar-esque animation style.
As we are recording this, Marvel Studios, digital animators, got their own union today.
Nice.
Yeah, that happened today, so that's pretty fucking great. Disney's next.
Yeah.
So just pay those fucking people.
Dude,
let them work to their own fucking standards.
Yeah.
And if you are gonna work them to death, pay them out the ass. That's just how the fucking trade-off works.
It's such a cool art form.
Yeah, it really is. It's a shame to see somebody
like,
bastardize it like that.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, Kena, Bridge of Spirits. You play as a spirit guide who helps like the deceased move on to the spirit world.
Is it 2D? Like a platformer?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. It's like third person perspective. Like I would say action adventure.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty heavy on the action. There are some puzzles involved, but you have like I would say magical abilities. I think I told you a little bit about it, but it is super fun.
Nice.
Pretty challenging too. I'm not gonna lie. There were some times where I had to actually lower the difficulty.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm not good at video games. All right.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing here.
That's how that fucking game I was talking about was. Like, I'd only died twice up to where I was in the, like, just campaign, but there was a boss fight where I died, like, 5 times back to back, and I'm like, I am missing something.
Yeah.
And I had to Google it, and I was just missing something huge.
That's how I felt about, playing Zelda. Like, what am I doing here?
Oh, right.
I'm missing something.
Mm-hmm.
Kana, played a lot of Kana. What else? Carrie and I finished The Bear.
Oh yeah?
Have you watched?
Did they, so The Bear, he's like, he learned how to cook now?
Have you watched The Bear at all?
I watched the first season. Yeah, I liked it quite a bit. I'm just being
You're just being silly. You'd being a silly bear.
I think the second season I watched like 2 episodes, like as they were coming out, and I was like, man, I'm just gonna wait and binge this when it's over. But it's over now.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. I'll hit that up soon.
That's what we did.
We're trying to finish. We're trying to fucking just pummel through and finish anything. Breaking Bad probably is the closest thing, but it's still like 20 hours. Like, it's still a long time.
What, 13 episodes of the last season? Or no, the last season is, I think, 16 episodes.
God damn.
Dude, it's so fucking good.
Okay. All right.
And
I'm in for it. I'm in for it.
Yeah, and then there's Breaking Bad.
El Camino. And Better Call Saul.
El Camino and then Better Call Saul, which
I already watched a couple episodes of Better Call Saul. I'm into it.
If you can just be patient with Better Call Saul, because it's a slow burn.
I'm waiting for him to like show a shred of humanity in Better Call Saul, but after seeing him in Breaking Bad, I'm like, the fact that he doesn't have much of that makes more sense. Like, that's just kind of more him through and through. Does he have a deeper bit? I'm sure he does. But it's way past the surface.
There is an evolution to that character.
Ooh.
I will just say it's worth the watch. Once you finish Breaking Bad, the first season of Better Call Saul is kind of slow to start, and then you get a lot of really cool backstory on, well, how did this get done in Breaking Bad? Here's how.
Oh, yeah, because Saul facilitated it in one way or another.
Yes, that's some of it, but there are other characters that have involvement in the story in Breaking Bad, and you get to see the origins of that, and it's so good, man. It's one of my favorites. So I
saw the Tuco bit.
Yeah,
of Better Call Saul. I
like that that's part of it. So what else have I been?
What else you got?
I've been reading a book called what is the book? The Shadow of the Wind. It's about a man is retelling a story about his youth. Not a story. He's retelling his youth, where he's searching for the works of an author. This author's books have been burned for some reason. So he's searching for his...
As society is wont to do about,
Right, yeah.
What? Dude, just don't read it then. Like, that's the ultimate...
just be like, I don't care.
That's the ultimate Karen move, to burn literature just because you don't fucking like it.
Right. This book, The Shadow of the Wind, is kind of a book within a book. It's really interesting.
All right.
A 2001 novel by Spanish writer Carlos Ruiz Zafón.
Okay.
Very, very good. Just beautiful. Right. Just great. Yeah.
Nice.
Got a couple records that I've been listening to that I think I shared with you.
What are you spinning on vinyl, baby?
This spinning on that vinyl, the vinyls.
Yeah, what you got on the vinyls? On the 8x2s, or I don't know what they call them.
What do you think about that?
10x11s.
12-inch, baby. That new Night Verses.
You know what else is 12 inches? 6 of these.
Stop.
I like the new Night Verses album. Yeah, the fucking God, what is the name? 8 Gates of Pleasure.
The first song.
That's my jam, dude. That fucking all right. Okay, I'll be honest with you. The more apart from the percussion, a lot of it, like, I want it to have more of a fucking pulse, but the drummer, the percussion picks up all the slack that I feel like the rest of it isn't. It's a good meld of, like, we can be a little more casual about this bit. Not to say they don't have some flashy fucking, but man, that dude on the fucking drums is just going for broke.
Wild.
And I'm into it. I'm here for it, man. I love a fucking dude that's like, you know what? I am the whole band.
Yeah.
Let me just, everybody else just sit back, you strum, you do your thing. Everybody listen to me. And just to fucking dominate that fucking drum set. And it can't be a small kit from listening to it. Like,
it's probably a medium-sized kit.
He's got some bells and whistles on it. I'm not saying it's full decked, like, 15 cymbal. Right, yeah. But goddamn, man, he's getting on it, and he's got the fucking fat grooves. Well, I'm loving it.
Yeah, if you listen to the guitars though, they're all it's 3.
I'm not to say they're not talented. I'm saying he's the drums. He's got the amp that I'm looking for.
So if you're not familiar with this band, it's called Night Verses. Night, Verses. Their new album is called Every Sound Has a Color in the Valley of Night, Part 1. So they're an instrumental group. As Danny said, very busy drums. What would the genre be here? I mean, it's instrumental.
I don't know.
Experimental rock, maybe.
I thought about that. Probably experimental rock's probably a good place
because they use a lot of effects.
Yeah,
some different time signatures and stuff.
Yeah, well, they're using the fucking like sound clips from like people talking and cinematic clips and shit like that. I don't know what they're pulling them from, but
right,
they're dropping some of that in there in place of having a vocalist or whatever.
That's my only gripe is there are some songs where I feel like they could still have a vocalist. So this is their second. So they used to have a vocalist. This is their second album as an instrumental group. And I didn't really get into their first instrumental album because I felt like they hadn't really grasped that concept yet.
Man, it's got to be hard to do instrumental and to just fucking break out with stuff like fucking Snarky Puppy and fucking Animals as Leaders, and you know what I mean? Like, it's such a niche. There's so many people doing so many incredible things with just instrumental music. It's difficult to really stand out.
Yeah.
And
I feel like with Snarky Puppy's been around for a long time.
Yeah, fucking A, they have.
They had like 5 albums before I even knew who they were.
Same.
You know what I mean?
Well, you told me about them.
Yeah.
So
it's like there's such a big band too. So it's like when you're a big band like that, maybe you get noticed easier. I don't know. But then, yeah, like we talk about this band we know called Animals as Leaders, and we heard their first album and we were like,
it fucking blew my mind. Yeah.
And I was like, we'll never hear this live. I didn't think it was going to be a live band.
Saw it live, and then it was. With the fucking drummer, the guy that wrote everything in a fucking MacBook Pro.
Yeah. Like, just insane music.
Incredible.
Anyways, another one I would like to mention is a band called Portraits. Excuse me.
Pork Tricks.
Pork Tricks.
Pork Tricks.
Portraits.
Okay, Portraits.
Portraits.
Yeah.
Their album is called Buy High.
Nice.
And they have a song called Sell Low. Of
course they do.
Completely backwards,
Yeah.
obviously. Another mostly instrumental group. They do like a lot of like progressive metal, I would say. I would call it progressive metal.
Yeah, I do.
They have one song that I don't know if it's one of the band members. It's like two guys. But it's very it has vocals on it. And the only other vocal track is a special guest, the singer from The Contortionist.
Ooh.
Yeah, really good. So just a great album. I won't go into it too much. But,
I've been listening to some Too Many Zoos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a 3-piece. There's a bari sax, trumpet, and percussionist. Man, the three of those guys can make some fucking funky shit.
Yeah.
They do some like experimental acid jazz shit I'm not crazy about, but that's not every fucking song. I can still like a lot of the album without having to love every single track. But that's all I got. You got anything else you want to throw in there?
I'm still watching Resident Alien.
Oh, with Alan Two Dicks.
With Alan Two Dicks.
Yeah. Is it as gold as I've heard it is?
Yeah, it really is.
Okay. What's it on? Is that Paramount?
That's on Peacock.
Peacock. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry.
HBO Max.
Like, yeah.
HBO Max shortened it to just Max.
Yeah.
So looking at you, Peacock.
I don't know who Max is, but
just call it cock. That's it. Just fucking. What's your cock login?
What's that? What's that streaming on? Cock.
Just get some spam emails. New on Cock. Just released on Cock.
Coming on Cock.
Just coming soon.
Coming soon on Cock. So Resident Alien, the first season was fucking phenomenal. I mean, the second season is great too, but it's funny. There's one episode I was looking on IMDb and I'm like, okay, why does one episode have like a 4 out of 10 when every other episode has at least a 7? And it's because in this specific episode, they brought up the fact that women still don't make as much as men in some fields. And it pissed off so many people.
Yeah.
As it, I guess, does, because people are
crybaby bitches. That's right. You heard it, you crybaby bitch.
You're a crybaby bitch. That's still a thing.
Yeah.
Actually, if you actually look it up, about 17 to 19% of women are still paid less than men
for the same job. That's fucking crazy.
So maybe cry about something else.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just really, I don't know. It's a social issue that still exists, and someone brought it up in a television show, which has happened before.
Yeah.
In multiple television shows.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like, you know what? I think I should go on IMDb and complain about this. That's going to be the best option here.
Yeah, it's the best thing to do. Dumb.
It's such a good show.
I can't wait to check it out.
Yeah,
it is on my list, and now that I know it's on Peacock,
it's on Peacock.
That it's just like that I can come soon and watch it on Cock. It's fucking warms my heart.
Warms my pecker and my soul.
Like, I just spray it all over my chest and it warms my heart, you know?
Stop. This is dumb. This is a dumb show. Does anybody listen?
This is a dumb show.
Does anyone get this far?
You would be surprised.
Like, does anyone actually listen to what we're saying right now?
You'd be surprised. We had a listener submission for an episode for us to cover, but we'll just cover it. We're not going to talk about it.
Okay.
We'll just cover it next time I see you.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
guess we're gonna kick off. I think we're probably gonna kick off into the ween for like 6 months after this episode.
6 months?
Yes.
What?
The long ween.
Jesus Christ.
You talking about Jean-Claude?
6 months of Halloween?
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
Fucking Wienerville.
Happy Easter.
Halloweenerville.
Happy Easter, Step Danny.
Okay. All right. I'm fucking wasted. I think I'm done. You got anything else?
No.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm good.
Oh, okay. If, man, what's all the stuff I normally say at the end of this? You can write the show.
Yeah.
Write me an email.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. I'm fucking chilled to talk to. You can send me a DM on any of our social networks, or you can write us an email. You can slide in our DMs, you know, fucking somebody's in my DMs, somebody else is in my septic tank. You guys are not the same.
As one is wont to do.
Yeah, as one is wont to do. Want to do. What's a fucking... I've been looking up the Merriam-Webster word of the day.
Yeah.
Every day this week. What's the fucking one from the other day? Churlish. It means like to be a dick about it.
Churlish.
Yeah.
Isn't that on a Key and Peele skit?
Maybe.
Churlish and insubordinate. I think it's what. Yeah.
Probably.
The step. I almost said step teacher.
Step teacher. Oh fuck!
That's awesome.
Yeah,
step teacher.
Yeah, it was the word of the day the other day.
Substitute teacher.
Yeah,
there's a substitute. Fuck, we got to get out of here.
All right, we're on all social networks. Feel free to reach out to us or just check out our silly online stuff that we post. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Not Twitter. What am I talking about? Instagram, Facebook, Threads. At It's Just Two Movies. At TikTok, It's Just Two Movies Pod.
Are we off Twitter now?
And yeah, I
delete it.
I didn't delete the account, but I deleted the app. Like I'm not.
Right.
I don't.
Oh, sorry, X. I'm sorry.
I don't fucking care.
X.
I don't fucking care. I'm not. You're not getting me in.
What
on
a
that.
bullshit fucking platform.
It's a hot dumpster fire. The only reason people are still on Twitter, the only reason so many people are still on Twitter, is because they have been on Twitter for 10 to 15 years and they don't want to let go, which is understandable. I get not wanting to let go.
Yeah. I
was on MySpace longer than anybody should have been on MySpace. So, but anyway, we're not on MySpace now, so you can reach us via any modern methods.
If you want us to be on MySpace, email us at it's just kidding.
Yeah, email us at justtwomovies.com.
It's just twomovies.com.
Next week, Avatar, Cyborg.
You guys aren't going to start sucking each other's dicks, are you?
Let's call that gold talk for a one-eyed Batman.
Can I make a suggestion that doesn't involve violence? Or is this the wrong crowd?
Maybe we should call in a bomb threat to Houston. I think it's free beer night at the Astrodome.
The Jedi, Bob, we don't fight with guns, we fight with our mind.
Doesn't businesses are booming.
That is one big pile of shit.
Jog on.
It's Just Two Movies is a production of Blue Cheese and Bacon Studios and can be found wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, special thanks for the people who helped make this show. That is going to be Russ Tafari, God-Sized and Growing, and Sons for our music, Lamplighter Productions for our artwork. Oh, yeah, I definitely want to throw out a thanks to Dave, who takes care of our YouTube platform, and Justin, who has started doing our TikTok. You can find us on TikTok at Just Two Movies Pod. Yeah, so hit us up on socials and tell your friends and leave us a like if you could. That's the show. Yeah, I kind of want to try. Or like as bonus content. You know what I mean? Like if we're like pitch room style, like thinking up a thing.
Two movies.
Fuck. Two movies, three penises.
Two movies, 3 dicks.
Two movies, 6 balls.
Just do 5
or
balls.
Or 5, yeah.
We just be like, who's missing a ball?
We'll never tell. Too raw for radio.